Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. Wanted to go over a message I preached while I was out in California recently and break it down into some bite-sized pieces. And so this is the wonderful Thorson's Church in Placerville. Absolutely amazing church. God's doing incredible things. They've got 8 children between the ages of 13, 23, 5 girls, 3 boys. Just amazing. But it's just something God gave me, and I just felt like I needed to share. And the subject is Christ, our all. Jesus is our all. So let's go to Colossians 3, verses 10 and 11. And thanks for being here. Do join us daily. Check out our other videos. We've got several thousand now. And share with your friends and family, and hit subscribe, bell notification as well. Put it on social media. Help us out. God bless. So Colossians chapter 3, verses 10, 11 in the King James, and says, have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him, where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, Scythian, bond nor free, but Christ is all, and in all. Earlier in the first chapter, it talks about Christ in us, the hope of glory. And you can see how this breaks down racism. Before we just dive in, I do want to give just a little bit of background to the book of Colossians. One of the fascinating things about the book of Colossians is there are 48 unique words used in Colossians that are used nowhere else in Paul's 14 epistles. And there's 33 words that are found in the book of Colossians that are used nowhere else in the New Testament. Now, Colossae kind of built on almost a fault line, and it was very near Laodicea and not too far from Ephesus. There in Western Asia Minor, it was the foot of a pretty large mountain there also. It's been reasonably well excavated in archaeology, and the 7 churches of Revelation kind of are extremely close to Colossae. So just giving you a little bit of that area, Asia Minor, which is modern day Turkey. Also, a couple of things as far as the background going on there. There was evidently an apparition of Michael at some point, whether it was really Michael or something pseudo-Michael, won't go into that. But there was some superstitious worship of that event going on. So this is why he's so big, like in Colossians 2 and other places, basically don't look vainly looking into things, that you don't know anything about, worship of angels, things like that. Also, there was a group that was indigenous to that area that is probably the synagogue of the Jews that is mentioned a couple times in Revelation chapter 2 and 3, which is the Hippocysterians. And this was a Jewish group that also was paganized and worshipped Zeus parallel with Jehovah. There were some other things, and there may not have been a unified worship. There may have been diversified of worship. You can look it up. There's a few areas online. I think Wikipedia's got an article on them and things. But there's so much false information about those who think they're Jews and are not. People are going into all kind of weird conspiracy theories about that. When, we tend to forget Revelation chapter 2 and 3, when John is getting the revelation, he says, things that are, that's chapters 2 and 3. And we tend to, because of Schofield, make these church ages. And you could say they're typological of church ages, but we do ourselves a disservice if we don't interpret those as kind of 7 epistles. So that's the background. So we're going to stop right there and pick up next time. So God bless. We love you. Bye-bye.